I'm Rachel Davis. My blog is Aluminum Foiled, and my parenting story, as with all of the funniest parenting stories that I have, are the ones where I end up looking completely ridiculous, and this one's no exception. It's important for the setup that you know that we were living in a really rural place at the time. It's in the canyons in Utah, so it's right in the mountains, and there's tons of wildlife and not a lot of people, but there's, deer and foxes and rodents of all kinds and birds, these big eagles that predatory birds that were going to snatch up my kids, and it was there was a lot of wildlife that was kind of scary. So one night, in the middle of a peaceful night's slumber, my husband and I heard this massive noise on our roof. And I immediately thought, maybe a deer got on our roof. It was that loud and that big. Or it could be a person, or I was thinking maybe a bear. It was a really, really loud, thumping noise. So we both sit up, and I send my husband outside with a flashlight to check what's on the roof, which he did, which is very nice, and one of the reasons why, I love him. And he didn't see anything, so I decided to go upstairs to the couch and watch TV and unwind a little from this traumatic night. And my husband stayed in our room and went back to sleep downstairs. So in the morning, I hear a little bit of rustling around, and it's a little early. It's time for my son to go to school, so I'm thinking, great. My husband got up with my 6-year-old, and he's getting him ready for school, and he's letting me sleep in after that traumatic night last night. Perfect. So I decide to keep sleeping, and about an hour later, I roll out off the couch and down to my bedroom and find my husband and say, hey, thanks so much for taking care of Josh this morning and letting me sleep in. I really appreciate it. And he sits up in bed, and his hair's all wonky, and he just looks at me and goes, what? So immediately, we're like, where's Josh? I thought you took care of Josh. I thought you took care of Josh. And so, we're checking his bedroom, under the bed, in the bathroom. I race to the backyard. My husband races to the front yard. We're searching everywhere for this 6-year-old kid, and he's nowhere. He's gone. So I jump in the car and race down to the school, and it's 15 minutes away. So I'm the whole time imagining the worst possible things. I'm thinking, where's the most recent picture of this kid so I can forward it on to law enforcement when we do the manhunt, and how am I going to tell his little brother, that his big brother got snatched by the monster that was on the roof last night? I'm just frantic. All the worst possible scenarios. And so I get to the school, open the door to his classroom and check to see if he's there, and there he is, sitting at his desk, and he's perfectly fine. His hair's combed, shirt's buttoned, he has his shoes tied, and has his homework, and it turns out that he had gotten himself ready and walked down to the bus stop and caught the bus and went to school, just like it was a normal day without his terrible parents. He did it on his own. And I learned 2 things that day. The first was, I'm done with the canyon. We've got to move. No more animals, no more craziness for me. And then the second thing is that I think this kid's going to be okay without me. I think he's going to be able to serve a mission without me there. I think he's going to make it in the world. And that might have been worth it, that crazy night and that crazy morning.